Hi guys, I'm Magic here with my Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning deck. Basically I went to the hobby shop and I was chased after a lot for this card, considering people were still after it, trying to build their Twighlight decks around it. But because of all that, no one was getting any Chaos Sorcerers off of any people because they were becoming all the rave now. But basically the whole idea of the deck is light, dark monsters, and this guy is the main monster of the deck, but there are quite a few other beaters in here to help along with that. So yeah, and obviously, yeah, you'll probably get the same thing with that, removals and stuff. So I'll get on with the deck. It starts, you obviously know, the Blackluster Soldier, headliner of the deck. I run triple Shiny Angel in this deck because it runs pretty much the same way as a Mass Dragon would, only it targets light monsters instead. And if they're level 5, if the monsters I'm choosing, like say if I was running Gold Homunculus in this deck, or when I used to run it in my DD deck, the tribute's not really needed, but I have to keep shuffling my deck and everything, so yeah. But basically, when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can special summon a light monster with 1500 attack or less. So yeah, so basically you could run through 3 of these in one turn sometimes, but still. Cyber Dragon, 2100 beat stick, easy summon, 1 tribute for 2100, or if I control no monster, just special summon it and I can still normal summon. Honest, this is my second copy actually, the other one's just in my binder somewhere, or I think it's in another deck or something that I'm still working on. But yep, pretty much most of the light monsters can be used with this guy, and Shiny Angels can also just get him back in my hands. 2 Marauding Captains. I know he's not a light monster, but his effect is pretty decent. Normal summon this, get the special summon another monster. Yeah, pretty much sums it up. And if I've got 2 of these guys up in face of attack mode, then it's just a kind of Valkyria Warrior Lock style thing. Basically my opponent can't attack any of the warrior monsters except for these guys. End of Anubis, 1 tribute, 2500 beat stick, and he negates the effects of cards that target the graveyard, or effects that activate in the graveyard. So Sangans, Doppel Warriors, tuning wares, stuff like that, Junk Synchrons, the basic Quillbolts. This thing can pretty much seal everything off. Only trouble is, if I've got this out and I have Blackluster Soldier in my hand, I'm not able to summon it because it prevents me from accessing my own graveyard. So I'd obviously have to have my opponent take it out before I could summon Blackluster. Double DD Warrior Lady, searchable from the deck with Shiny Angel, and it's just removal if it battles an opponent's monster. 2 DD Survivors, 1800 beat sticks, dark attributes, so they do make good Blackluster Soldier material. And also if my opponent say plays something like DD Prison on them, so Dimensional Prison on them, or something like that, this guy gets special summon back during the end phase. At the minute I'm running 1 Mystic Tomato in this deck. Searches out dark monsters with 1500 attack or less. Pretty much the same as Shiny Angel, so that's why he's in there. Another non-dark or light, just for a beat stick in effect. Mobius the Frost Monarch, 2400 beat stick, and when he's tribute summoned successfully, I'm allowed to destroy up to 2 spell and trap cards on the field. DD Crow. Basically, I can ditch this card to the grave during anyone's turn, and remove a card from my opponent's graveyard. Really works well if someone uses Stardust Dragon. I mean, people have hated me for doing that. They send Stardust to negate an effect, and I'll just send this to the grave to remove Stardust so it doesn't come back. Axe Dragoon. Axe Dragonoot. 2000 beat stick for a level 4, but if he attacks he's changed the defense position at the end of the damage step. 1200 defense, so he can be run over pretty easily. So Blast Sphere, really good card this. Set it after, no, is it? No, it's before damage calculations. So I wouldn't take any piercing damage or anything. It would just get equipped straight away to my opponent's monster, and then during the next standby phase, bam, bombs his monster and he takes the attack points as damage. Karibo for attack damage dodging, and also because I can just get another dark in the graveyard if need be. Skeel Angel just to draw an additional card. Mirage Dragon and Pitch Black Warwolf. Pretty much same attack, same defense, 1600 and 600. Same effect, but just the different attributes. So one light, one dark. Kaiku, obvious reason. 1800 beat stick. If he inflicts damage, I can remove up to 2 monsters from my opponent's graveyard, and my opponent can't remove cards from any player's graveyard. Hannibal Necromancer. When he's normal summoned, place a counter on him, and I can remove that counter to destroy one face-up trap card. And to finish off the monsters, I've got one Blade Knight in here, so he's pretty handy considering if I've got no cards in my hand, his attack points go up by 400. He's 1600 at the minute, so he can go up to 2000, and he negates the effect of any flip effect monsters it destroys. Cards I really need to put in this deck are Choas Sorcerer for obvious reasons. Perhaps a couple of the Light Swarm cards if I want to remodel this deck based on that. But at the minute I'm working with what I have, just to bear that in mind. Spells, Card Destruction, just allows me to mill through the deck and see if I can get some of the decent stuff. If any of my cards are removed, I can use Different Dimension Reincarnation. Ditch a card, select one I remove from play monsters and special summon it. And when this guy's, I think it's just when it's removed from the field it's destroyed, so it gets sent back to the graveyard. One Fissure. One Hand Destruction, just same reason as Card Destruction, just to get through the deck a bit quicker. Soldier of Alien Light. Mystical Space Typhoon. Rotor, just allows me to add one of my warriors to the hand. There are quite a few in here that I can utilise. Shrink, cuts the opponent's monster's attack points, cuts the monster the original attack of a monster on the field in half until the end phase. Creature Swap, I'm starting to use this a lot more now because it's really handy. I can just summon out a weakling. If they've got one creature out, like of Stardust or something, I can use this and take control of it eventually. Well, basically doing that, I can just keep it on the field. And Blustering Winds, 1000 attack points boost until my next standby phase. Foolish Burial, just in case I want to get a monster I would need to summon Blackluster into the grave or something like that. Warrior Returning Alive, just in case for some bizarre reason I end up losing Blackluster Soldier. Since I'm still a bit unconfident about the Monster Reborn ruling behind that. In trap wise, instead of a Bottomless or a Dimensional Prison, I find Karma Cuts really work as good substitutes, considering I don't have any of the Bottomlesses or anything like that anymore. They're all being used up in other decks, and I can't be bothered to take them apart. But yeah, I find this works really more effectively sometimes when I'm facing stuff like Machina decks. Basically they'll botch 2 and I'll be able to activate this quickly and remove them from the field and then from the graveyard if they've got multiple copies in there. But it does cost me a card from my hands. But since it's light and dark monsters I'm needing the graveyard anyway, it doesn't really scare me or anything. Dust Tornado. Sakuretsu. Seven Tools of Bandit. Pay a grand to counter a trap card. Machine King just acts as a extra monster token for blocking, or just something like that. If I need to use it for a tribute or something, I can do that. So I can activate this trap, sacrifice it, and that'll count for End of Anubis, Cyber Dragon, stuff like that. One with Spellbinding Circle. One Raigeki, Brick, and Magical Arm Shield, because I just like this card. So yep, that's pretty much the Blackluster deck that I've got so far. Like I said, I want to add Choas Sorcerer to this mix, so that way I can take out End of Anubis and put him in. I would like to run at least 2 of the Choas Sorcerers actually, and just take out a couple of cards from this, and also a few things that would make this thing speed up a bit faster, like the Light Swarm, a couple of Light Swarm cards. So yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, just tell me what you think. Comment, rate, subscribe. In terms of other deck videos I'll be doing, don't really know. I'll be on the Dueling Network testing out a few things from time to time, so you can catch me on there, or you can just drop me a line here on YouTube. Anyway, that's probably all I have to say really. So I'll see you guys around. Hope you enjoyed the deck videos, and see you later.